give your wife grace and mercy, dog. When you find a wife, you find it a good thing. And then you become a great husband. But you only become a great husband by following what Ephesians 5 said.
Somebody asked us earlier, like, so who's your audience?
Yeah.
It's like, and I said, actually a lot of women watch our podcast.
Oh, yeah.
But our goal is men.
Men.
Yeah.
Because men, if we don't step up, this is why, I don't know why, thank you, Lord, like the glory goes to you, because he's the one that at some point stirred something in us.
Yeah.
But it was out of a need for just voices in this space, because if we don't fill, and by we, I mean any man that loves the Lord, who's a man of God, like, if we don't fill that space, the Andrew Tates will.
Yeah.
The Nick Fuentes will.
Yeah.
These men that are like, oh, man, women are blah, blah, blah. You got to sleep with 50 of them.
Kevin
treat them like,
Sampson, all those
yeah,
other
like,
people.
like just
Yeah.
treating women like pieces of meat.
Yeah.
And so that's why we feel the burden to just raise godly men, disciple men through the digital airwaves. And so, man, there's just a huge burden on men to step up, to rise up and be pure, be character, have character. What are you going to say?
And for married men, like, like, give your wife grace and mercy, dog.
Yeah.
Like, she need that.
Yeah.
Like, God gave it to you. She needs grace and mercy. If you give her grace and mercy, she becomes blameless, without spot or wrinkle, and all that other good stuff that the word tells us. But you got to give her that grace, and you got to give her that mercy.
Yeah.
And then what happens, to go back to, like, how we become blessed. So, like, I've never been the primary breadwinner in my house. Never. And there were times when my money wasn't adding up. Heck, my wife didn't have a job, and her money was adding up. Like, really, right? And so when I look back on before I was pursuing Christ, God was blessing me because I had a virtuous wife that like, based on Proverbs 31, my wife was that.
That's good.
Yeah.
So she worked, her skills created money. She could go out and figure out. My wife lost her job and ended up doing contract work for a beer company.
A beer or bear?
A beer company, like a
Like
beer
a bear?
distributor in our hometown, that asked her to create a database that they
Wow.
couldn't figure out how to create.
Crazy.
Wow.
After losing her job, like, she, again, because she's virtuous. And then, so my wife never stops doing the virtuous thing. And I benefit.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right? And again, when you find a wife, you find it a good thing. And then you become a great husband. But you only become a great husband by following what Ephesians 5 say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
good.
it's
And,
no, it's
and
no,
I was just thinking of Proverbs 12, and we can match it with Proverbs 30 or 31, I think.
31.
Proverbs 12 says, verse 4, it says, a wife of noble character is the husband's crown. If you think about that, if you think of a king, at least in ancient times, medieval times, right, where you knew he was a king because of the crown.
Yeah.
If I show you a picture of, I don't know, Louis the Fourth or whatever, without the crown, and I don't tell you anything, I just show you a picture of an old guy from ancient times, you're like, who's that?
yeah.
But when you see a crown, you
know.
oh, that's a king. It's royalty. So why don't we see our wives that way? Where our wife is meant to be our crown. Like, when people see you, they should know you're a good person, a good man by your wife. You know, like, they see your wife, oh man, that's a respectable man. Look at how his wife walks around and how his wife respects him. And then going back to your earlier point, if there's something off in the marriage, instead of pointing to the wife, man, that woman crazy. There's something wrong with that woman.
Yeah.
Being like, something's off with the guy.
Yeah.
Right? Because
We out of pocket.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And again, I keep saying this disclaimer because it's not saying that a woman is, she could do a million things. She could sin a million different ways and, she's fine. No, it's not like
No, it's
that.
not like
But
that.
look at what the verse says, a wife of noble character.
Right.
Right? If she has noble character, I think there's a responsibility on the man too to pull it out of her, to
Yes.
call her to higher, to call her to what God has for her.
We're called to edify our wives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always love the verse from Proverbs 30. It says, a wife of noble character, who can find? She is worth far more than rubies.
Yeah, man.
We all want to be millionaires. We all want to be rich.
Yeah.
Sometimes, man, you're a millionaire by just the woman you have.
Yeah.
The caliber of women
Yeah,
that we have.
that reminds me, like, right now on there's like a little trend on social media that it just shows videos of like guys with their kids and their wives, and the caption would just say, "This is what being rich is." Like, this is a truly, and you see people in the comments, and And people who believe in Jesus, people who don't believe it, like they're like, that's a rich man.